Hey guys, Christina Marie here, and I am feeling a little blue today. Got home from work. You might be able to tell red, white, and blue. It's 4th of July today, but this is not going up on 4th of July, as you can probably tell by now. I had a little bit of free time, and so I wanted to film my June wrap-up. It's going to be short, sweet, and to the point because I didn't read that many books last month because, as you guys know, I had the whole Utopia thing that I went to in Nashville, so that took up almost 2 weeks of my time because I have to prep for it, and then when I got back, it was like recovery, you know, and then now I'm still working on a few things that I still have to upload from my time at Utopia. But anyway, I read 6 books in the month of June, so I'm going to share those 6 books with you, and then I'm going to tell you my rating for each one. So let's just go ahead and get started. The first book I read in the month of June is The Memory Painter, and that is by Gwendolyn Womack. This is a book that was sent to me, so I reviewed it for a publisher or whatnot. This is classified, really, it's weird. It's like historical, fantastical, paranormal, sci-fi mystery. It was a little weird. It was just really about this group of people who kind of like discovered like how to like their past selves, or the secret to reincarnation or something like that. And things get out of hand and a whole mystery needs to be solved. And it was interesting. It's Gwendolyn's debut novel. I liked it for the most part. I ended up giving it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. It was pretty good. Wasn't like the most amazing thing ever in my opinion, but I'd definitely read something else by her. Next book I read is Confess by Colleen Hoover. This is a story about a girl who I guess has a secret, really. And she meets this guy who is a painter who paints, you know, images from people's secrets, anonymous people's secrets. They meet, you know, relations happen. There's a whole story about it. And it was better than Ugly Love, because you guys know I'm not a fan of Ugly Love. I did not like that book, but it just wasn't the Colleen Hoover that I love. It wasn't the Maybe Someday Colleen Hoover, and it wasn't the what is the name of that book? Oh my gosh, the Finding Cinderella Colleen Hoover, the Hopeless, there we go, Colleen Hoover. That's the Colleen Hoover that I love. And so Confess was a step up from Ugly Love for me, but wasn't amazing. Like, I didn't love it as much as I wanted to, and that's just unfortunate. But I did give it a 4 out of 5 stars because, like I said, it was much better than Ugly Love for me. The third book I read is Unteachable by Leah Rader. This is the first book I read by Leah Rader ever. She has another book out called, I think, Black Iris, that I do have, but I have not read yet. I ended up giving this book a 4.5 out of 5 stars. This is about a teacher-student relationship that isn't quite as controversial as you would think, so don't like get up in arms or anything. Jen from over at Today in Jen's Library has been throwing this book at me for months and months and months, and I finally got around to it. As soon as I started it, I tweeted her and said, hey, look what I'm starting. And as soon as I finished it, I tweeted her and said, hey, look what I finished. And so I really like this book. Leah Rader is phenomenal at storytelling. Her writing is great. I really like the characters a lot too. It was just an all-around great contemporary romance between two people who were falling in love at the most inopportune time, and I just really enjoyed it, so I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. The next book I read is by far the best book of the year for me, definitely the best book of the month, and it is Every Last Word by Tamara Ireland Stone. I don't need to get into how much and why I love this book. I had a whole review on it, which I will link down below, a whole video review. I loved this book. This is a story about a young girl who suffers from a disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, and just the ramifications of it and how it hinders her being able to function normally every single day. And this story just walks you through her life of having OCD and her encounters with a group of people who make her feel loved and normal, and she learned that she has an interest in poetry, and through poetry she really learned more about herself and how to connect with others and communicate a lot better. It was a beautifully written story. I loved it so much. This was a book that was sent to me by Disney Hyperion and Big Honcho Media. I loved it. Massive 5 out of 5 stars for me. It was a beautiful story. I really wish I could just reread it again for the first time. It was beautiful. The next book I read is the second book in a series. The first book was called The Union. This book is called The Ruins, and it's by T.H. Hernandez. So it follows, it picks up where The Union left off. I don't want to talk about this book. I'm not going to, because it'll spoil The Union if you haven't read it. But just know that it was phenomenal. It was just as awesome as The Union. Characters. You see the recurring characters, the same main characters from the first book, but you get some new characters in there as well. And I just had so much fun being reintroduced to relationships and friendships and just characters that I loved. And then, seeing the story progress as much as it did. I love T.H. Hernandez and her writing. It's amazing. I love that story. It reminds me a lot of Delirium and The Hunger Games and something else. Divergent. It's like a hybrid of all of those, but it's done so well and it's so unique that I don't feel like she's copying. It's not a copy at all. It's her just creating her own beautifully unique story that I just love. I love The Ruins so much. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. And then the final book I read in the month of June is called Gypsy Beach, and this is by Jillian Neal. This is a adult contemporary romance that follows a single father and his reunion with a girl he left behind. And they come back together and they meet in the most, the weirdest, most random circumstances. He helps her, she helps him, and then they eventually end up rekindling their romance. Of course, drama and stuff happens along the way. Like I said, he's a single father, so there's a kid in the mix. And so they just kind of weave together this small, little family, and stuff just happens along the way. Now, there were moments in this book where I just kind of felt like, certain things didn't work for me, but for the most part, it gives you the feels. Definitely, it's a nice light summer read. The drama's not too dramatic, it's not too over the top, and I did believe the relationship for about 80% of the time. There were just certain moments throughout the book that I was just like, no. It wasn't compatible with my romantic barometer, I guess you want to say. But overall, I really did enjoy this story too. I ended up giving it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I believe I have reviews of some sort for all of these books. If I do, I will link them down below. If I don't, obviously it's not going to be down below, and I probably won't do a full review. If you're curious about anything, if I don't have a review for any of the, or for certain books, I always have a sentence or two typically on Goodreads, so you can definitely check that information out there if you want to know what I thought about anything, or you can just leave me a comment, ask me what I thought, and I can just send you a quick little note. But yeah, otherwise that's it for this video. I told you it's short, sweet, and to the point, or short for me. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you thumbs up, of course. Comment down below with any questions, concerns. Let me know if you've read any of these books and what your thoughts are. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Thanks so much for watching, you guys, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.